In the last few videos, we learned about external validity, internal validity, and p-value. If you missed those videos, you should go ahead and watch those first. In this video, we're going to learn how to interpret a confidence interval. And in order to do this, I wanted to use an example. So here is an excerpt from a trial, a randomized controlled trial, that was assessing 3 milligrams of liraglutide in weight management. And liraglutide, as we know, is a GLP-1 agonist. And here we're trying to see if specifically the 3 milligram strength would decrease weight. So if we were to do a null hypothesis, our null hypothesis would be that there is no difference between the liraglutide group and the placebo group. And if you read carefully here, you can go ahead and see that one of the groups was placebo and the other group was liraglutide. So our null hypothesis would be that there is no difference between liraglutide and placebo. And our alternative hypothesis would be that there is a difference between the liraglutide group and the placebo group in terms of weight loss. So now would be a good time to pause the video and read the results section of this abstract for this randomized controlled trial. When you read the results section, go ahead and focus on the confidence interval and see if you can interpret what this confidence interval means in the context of this trial. So hopefully you've had a chance to read through this results section, and I'm going to go ahead and explain what this confidence interval is and how we could best interpret it. So here it says that at week 56, patients in the liraglutide group had lost a mean of 8.4 kilograms of body weight, and those in the placebo group had lost a mean of 2.8 kilograms, which is a difference of negative 5.6 kilograms with a 95% confidence interval of negative 6 to negative 5.1 with a p-value of less than 0.001. So let's see what we think this means. So the confidence interval here is negative 6.0 to negative 5.1. And you'll always see a confidence interval with two numbers, and it'll be a range. So in this case, negative 6.0 would be the best case scenario, that the difference between the liraglutide group and the placebo group was negative 6 kilograms. And the worst case scenario, which is negative 5.1, that the difference between the liraglutide group and the placebo group was only negative 5.1. So this, again, would be our best case scenario, and this would be our worst case scenario. And the reason for that is that ideally we want a larger difference between the liraglutide group and placebo group. So we see here that on average, patients in the liraglutide group lost 8.4 kilograms compared to the placebo group where they only lost 2.8 kilograms. This other number shown here is actually the standard deviation, and we would be using that in later videos when we talk about effect size. So we see 8.4 and 2.8, and the difference is even given here between 8.4 and 2.8 is 5.6. So that means that on average, patients in the liraglutide group lost 5.6 more kilograms than patients in the placebo group. So what does this 95% confidence interval really mean? It means that we are 95% confident that the true population parameter lies between negative 6 and negative 5.1. So again, I'm going to go ahead and write out that explanation. So we are 95% confident that the true population parameter lies between negative 6 and negative 5.1 And in this case, we're looking at kilograms of weight loss. So what do we mean by true population parameter? We mean that the true difference in mean weight reduction between groups, which is the liraglutide group and the placebo group, lies between -6 and -5.1. So why does this matter? Well, when this trial was conducted, it didn't take every single patient from the target population. It just used a sample of a specific amount of patients taken from the target population, which we're hoping is representative of the target population. Now, without focusing too much on what the targeted population is, we just want to be able to interpret what a confidence interval is. So again, there's two important points here. One is that the confidence interval means that you're going to have a range, and a range of two numbers. And depending on the context of your study, those numbers are going to be representing different things. So in this case, the numbers are representing the weight loss, the average weight loss difference between the liraglutide group and the placebo group, which is why the -6.0 is our best case scenario, and the -5.1 is the worst case scenario, because that would indicate that there's less difference in mean weight reduction between the groups. So again, this means that we are 95% confident that the true population parameter lies between -6 and -5.1. In this case, what's our true population parameter? It is that the true difference in mean weight reduction between groups lies between -6 and -5.1. So we are 95% confident that the true value, the true population value, if we were to take our target population and give half of those patients liraglutide, half of those patients placebo, that the true difference in mean weight reduction between the groups would be somewhere between -6 and -5.1. So you might be wondering, well, what's this other number that's given? What's this -5.6? Well, this -5.6 is the point estimate. So this is the actual difference in mean weight reduction between the two groups in this specific trial with this specific sample of patients. So with this specific sample of patients, there was a difference of -5.6, but we're giving a range of -6 to -5.1 to represent that we are 95% confident that the true population parameter lies within this range. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and apply this information about confidence interval from this specific example to determine statistical significance.